As long as there's been golfers, there's been golf artists. So I've always wanted to be a full-time artist. I grew up thinking that as a kid and knowing that. But when I went to college, you kind of had to make that decision. And back then, that was before social media and sharing our stories on those social platforms. And so it was a different world for artists. So I made the choice to go into medical instead. And that was a great career, great profession. My heart was in it. I loved my patients and what I did, but I was still had that dream. So I was still painting at night and early mornings. And it was still very much a side hustle. And I painted all the time. And so even whenever I met my husband, Steve, I was still a physician assistant, still worked full time. But he introduced me to the world of golf. You drive in and you see the elevation and the dunes, and when you're out there, you're surrounded by it. I mean, it's immersive. But you get up on the 19th and you can see everything. You can see, the castle and just the entire course. It was fun. I mean, to me, that's my favorite viewpoint so far. I think, I like using the different approaches from the ground with just the camera, but also with the drone shots, because, initially we thought, well, that's not the golfer's view, but the golfer is looking at, we're all looking at every single hole. Oh, I birdied this one, I eagled this one. And so you get to play those holes in your minds, and all artists, our goal is to keep eyes on a painting as long as possible. And I think that's what makes my job fun is, you can kind of see, you can kind of, but you're not just looking at the painting, you're looking back at your last trip, playing that course. And that's what we hear when people look at it. And so that's fun, yeah. Cruden Bay is a masterpiece, and I hope the work and the paintings that I do give it a little bit of justice.